now, and close to 42,000 B.E.S.T employees have still not got their salaries for the month of February 2017, and it's been nearly 2 months now. They are usually paid their salaries by every 10th of every month, and now in this month of March they still did not get their payments till 20th of March.
B.E.S.T जानबूझ के यह वेतन 10 तारीख के बाद या महीने के ये जो मेथड है या पद्धत है या गलत पद्धत है, हमारी जो मांग है उसके ऊपर मैनेजमेंट ने योग्य हमें जवाब नहीं दिया, तो हमें 1 अप्रैल के बाद तीव्र आंदोलन करना पड़ेगा।
B.E.S.T has come forward, or they have sent any proposal to the corporation for giving allocation of the fund. The Mumbai Mahanagarpalika has turned down, or they have not given any positive response to the B.E.S.T. Unless the corporation funds B.E.S.T, I think it will be very difficult to survive, and the time will come that B.E.S.T undertaking has to have no other option.
कि B.E.S.T को स्ट्रेंथन करना चाहिए, क्योंकि B.E.S.T डेफिसिट में है, लॉस में है, और हमारी मांग है तमिलनाडु स्टेट में वहाँ की गवर्नमेंट वहाँ के ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए मदद करती है, वैसा यहाँ के स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने भी B.E.S.T को फाइनेंशियली मदद करना चाहिए।
I want to paint a picture for you viewers. There are bus drivers who work in our cities who drive buses for sometimes upwards of 12 hours a day. They don't have breaks long enough to use the restroom or to have their lunch. They start on a salary of 17,000 rupees a month. Now these people haven't been paid this month, and it's currently the 20th of the month. What excuse will the richest municipal corporation in the country have for not paying these hard-working citizens their salaries? When they're doing a public service, when they're driving buses and they're simply doing their job, what excuse can the government offer us today for the fact that the bus drivers in our cities have not been paid their salaries? There will be, of course, through the course of our conversation as we examine this issue, plenty of politics that will be strewn about. But the truth is that the hard-working citizen in this city who needs to pay school fees, who needs to buy food, who has to pay for rent, who spends his entire day ferrying people around in a public service, has not been paid by the fat cats in the BMC who make their comfortable salaries, who we saw during the election time, our crorepathi's in their own rights, have for some reason stood in the way of these ordinary citizens getting paid. That's the question we're asking today. Is there no accountability in our system? Shouldn't regular people who work hard get their payments on time? Is this what it means to be a government servant or a public servant, to be at the mercy of the people who make these decisions? Joining me in the studio today, Susieben Shah, spokesperson of the Congress Party, Clyde Crasto representing the NCP, Niranjan Shetty of the BJP will join us through the course of this conversation, as will Kishori Pednekar of the Shiv Sena. Remember, the Shiv Sena and the BJP run the BMC together. Sudhir Badami is a transport expert. Ravi Raja is a member of the B.E.S.T or the B.E.S.T committee. We also have Vithalrav Gaikwad, who is an employee and a union leader with B.E.S.T, and Rishi Agarwal, who is an RTI activist, who joins us in the studio. Mr. Raja, I'm going to start with you. I'm just appalled by the fact that our bus drivers have not been paid. What excuses have you been offered by the government so far?
It is the duty of the B.E.S.T undertaking to pay the salary. And every year, the salary has been budgeted in the B.E.S.T budget. But if you see for last 1 or 2 years, the B.E.S.T undertaking has been going through a very, very bad phase. Now, not paying the salary is, I think, you can't make any excuses.
Give me an example. What are the salaries we're talking about here? For an average Mumbaikar bus driver, what is the salary he makes?
No, we start, the average Mumbaikar bus drivers are getting not less than 20 to 25,000.
20 to 25,000.
And the conductors are paid the same, nearly 20,000. and the officers who are working there are paid not less than 45 to 50,000.
Okay.
So salary, if you see today, B.E.S.T driver, conductors and the officers are paid, salaries are paid, what I understand, more than the state government. We are one of the highest paid salaried employees in the B.E.S.T.
Provided the salaries are paid.
Yeah.
I want to bring in Mr. Gaikwad here. Gaikwad ji, thank you for joining us on the show. आप बताइए, what are the demands right now of the B.E.S.T employees, the bus drivers and the conductors? What are the problems that you're facing? और आपकी क्या demands है अभी government से?
देखो, B.E.S.T का जो एम्प्लॉय है, उनका चार्टर ऑफ डिमांड 1 साल से पेंडिंग है, और जो B.E.S.T कमेटी मेंबर रवि राजा जो एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं और गलत कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बजट में जो प्रोविजन किया है B.E.S.T प्रशासन ने
जी,
और B.E.S.T कमेटी और मुंबई महानगर पालिका ने उसको मंजूरी दी है। बजट में तो पूरा कामगार और अधिकारी लोगों का जो सैलरी है उसका प्रोविजन किया है, और प्रोविजन के मुताबिक हर महीना कामगार कर्मचारी और अधिकारियों को उनका पेमेंट करना B.E.S.T प्रशासन को बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है।
गायकवाड़ जी, आप मुझे ये बताइए, अभी रवि राजा जी बता रहे थे कि 20,000 की तनख्वाह मिलती है बस ड्राइवर और कंडक्टर को, कि बहुत होती है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से भी ज्यादा होती है। आपके ओपिनियन में मुंबई में रहने के लिए 20,000 बहुत होते हैं?
B.E.S.T प्रशासन ने जो भी करार किया कामगार कर्मचारियों का 10 साल के बाद 10 साल का करार किया। 2006 में जो करार हुआ था उसके बाद 2012 में करार किया, और वो भी 2016 तक अप्रैल महीने तक चल रहा था। 10 साल के लिए जो करार किया उसका जो थकवा की रकम मिला 48 हफ्ता से दिया, और जो थकवा की का रकम 3-4 हज़ार कर्मचारियों को पगार में आता था। तो लोगों को लगता था या B.E.S.T प्रशासन को लगता था कि कामगार कर्मचारियों को 20,000 तनख्वाह मिल रहे हैं। गलत है। आज वो जो हफ्ता है पिछले महीने खत्म हुआ, अभी मार्च 2007 का जो सैलरी मिलेगा कामगार कर्मचारियों को, उनको 4,000 तनख्वाह कम होगा। यानी कि B.E.S.T का कर्मचारियों को जो तनख्वाह मिल रहे हैं वो बम्बई शहर में बहुत ही कम है। उपनगर में बिजली कंपनी है, वहां का तनख्वाह और B.E.S.T का बिजली कामगारों का तनख्वाह में इतना फर्क है कि उपनगर में जो बिजली कामगार है उनको 10,000 से लेके 15,000 तक ज्यादा तनख्वाह मिल रहा है।
गायकवाड़ जी, मुझे ये बताइए, जो अभी हमारे मुंबई में बस चलाते हैं, बस ड्राइवर या बस कंडक्टर, उनकी एक दिन कैसे चलता है? कितने घंटे काम करने पड़ते हैं? उनको खाना कैसे मिलता है, पानी कैसे मिलता है?
बीच में B.E.S.T प्रशासन ने कनाडा पद्धत लाया, यानी कि काम करने का कनाडा पद्धत, वैसा ड्यूटी बनाया। एक कंडक्टर और एक ड्राइवर को 10 घंटा 12 घंटा ड्यूटी करना पड़ता है। अपने घर से निकल के आगार में आने के लिए 2 घंटा लगता है, और जाने के लिए 2 घंटा लगता है, और 12 घंटा काम करने के बाद वो 16 घंटा के बाद अपने घर जाता है। वो खाना कब खाएंगे, आराम कब करेंगे, अपने बीवी बच्चे के साथ कब रहेंगे? यह आज समस्या B.E.S.T का ड्राइवर कंडक्टर का है। और जो भी तनख्वाह मिलता है हर महीना पिछले 2 साल से जो तनख्वाह देती है B.E.S.T मैनेजमेंट, 1 और 7 तारीख डिसाइड हुआ है। B.E.S.T में महाराष्ट्र औद्योगिक संबंध अधिनियम कायदे के मुताबिक 2 यूनियन मान्यता प्राप्त है।
Let me take this question forward. Let me take this question forward. 1 minute, रवि राजा जी, आप मुझे बताइए, what is the excuse for this? We have honest people who are working 12, 14 hours a day, no time to have lunch, no time to use the restroom, no one to look after their health. And on the 20th of the month, they have not been paid.
No, first let me be very clear with you that I am a member of the B.E.S.T committee. I am not the administration.
Okay.
I am representing a political party which is sitting in the opposition in the B.E.S.T. The B.E.S.T is run by the two political parties, that the BJP and Shiv Sena. Okay. The last year the chairman was BJP. Now this year the chairman is Shiv Sena. Now regarding the Mr. Gaikwad, what was...
Just so what our viewers are very clear about, just so our viewers are very clear about this, the BMC, which is the Mumbai Corporation, runs the bus service as well. So if these people have not been paid their salaries, Mr. Raja, what you're telling us is the BMC that is run by the BJP and the Shiv Sena is responsible? Is that what you're saying?
No, no. What I'm saying, the B.E.S.T committee, the committee of the B.E.S.T, the chairman of the B.E.S.T committee is presently a Shiv Sena man. And last year it was a BJP man. And there's a committee, members of the committee, there are 16 members in the committee, and out of that, there are about 6 to 8 members in the opposition. So we are representing the opposition.
You're representing the opposition.
And one thing I'm saying, let me be clear, what Mr. Gaikwad is saying regarding the Canadian, there was a Canadian formula which has been introduced about 2 years back by the administration. And we opposed it because it was, the formula is...
What is this formula?
The formula is that, the time you start from your house to, like the driver or conductor, they have to come here and sit here for 8 hours, and again, they have to sit somewhere where the duty gets over. And when the duty gets over, and from there again they'll be given about 4-6 hours. So they have to work, for more than 12 hours, for which we have opposed it. It was passed by the Shiv Sena BJP.
By the Shiv Sena BJP.
And one thing I'm also very clear, today Mr. Gaikwad, what he's saying, he is representing Shiv Sena today. So I think he has to sort out with those people. And how it was passed in the committee. When we opposed it, we said, no, this is anti-labor. The drivers and the conductors will be harassed and they'll be feeling the pinch. This was told in the committee. But because of the majority of the Shiv Sena and BJP, they passed this Canadian formula.
Niranjan Shetty is with us right now representing the BJP. Niranjan ji, thank you for joining us. What is the excuse that either the state government or the BMC can offer us for the fact that our hard-working bus drivers and conductors have not been paid on the 20th of the month? Very simple question.
Absolutely. In your question itself is the politics been lied behind it. You can understand the reason behind why suddenly the Sena's, which is a standing committee, whose chairman is the Sena himself, and not giving the payment to the B.E.S.T. Mr. Ravi Raja is the technical member on the present B.E.S.T committee.
The Sena is your ally,
I think
sir.
he is putting the onus on the BJP and the Shiv Sena. I think he has been since years into the B.E.S.T, and in spite of that he has failed. I would like to remind him that Mr. Praveen Chheda, who was once upon a time...
I'm not in the ruling party.
Mr. Raja, I did not
Niranjan Shetty, what is the answer to my question?
Let me complete. When you spoke, I did not intervene.
Let me ask the question again. Who is responsible for the fact that our hard-working bus drivers and conductors have not been paid?
I'm saying he has blamed that in spite of that, one Mr. Praveen Chheda, who was once upon a time with us and who was the chairman of the B.E.S.T committee, what held him back from taking action or bringing before all the facts?
What he has to do as a part of your
Niranjan
He never bought this. He never bought this.
Niranjan Shetty. One second. Everybody just give me 1 second.
He never mentioned all these things when he was opposition leader by the Congress.
1 second. Everybody just give me 1 second of silence. I believe Mr. Niranjan Shetty did not hear my question. I'll ask it one more time. Niranjan Shetty, the hard-working bus drivers and conductors of the city of Mumbai have not been paid their salaries on the 20th of the month. I'm not asking about what happened in the past. I'm asking about today. Now, the BMC is run by a coalition of the BJP and the Shiv Sena, which has been made very obvious to us over the last couple of weeks post the elections. What excuse does this government have to offer our hard-working bus conductors and bus drivers for not paying them their salaries on the 20th of this month? That is my question.
Yeah, Faye, the onus lies on the Shiv Sena, not on the state government.
Who is your ally?
It is the Mumbai Municipal Corporation.
How many cooperators does the BJP have in the BMC?
Until and unless
how
the
many
Mumbai
cooperators
Corporation comes
does
to
the
state
BJP
government,
have in the BMC?
It cannot intervene. Tomorrow it will be other side also when you will be blaming that the state government is starting intervening on this.
Mr. Shetty.
I think, just a minute.
There's no question for the
Okay,
state
Rishi
government.
Agarwal. Okay, Clyde Crasto, quick question. How many BJP cooperators are in the BMC right now, and how many in the standing committee?
No, that's how it works. It works on the ratio of the corporators elected in the corporation. That's how it is. So Mr. Raja's voice is a very minor voice in the B.E.S.T committee. Whatever he says, whatever he opposes, obviously the BJP and Shiv Sena are going to go against him because they are a majority. In a committee of 16, you will have.
You had your state government into power
Mr. Shetty, when you were talking.
When he was in opposition.
Let him finish. Let him
Mr.
finish.
Your government was in the power.
Niranjan Shetty, the salaries have not been raised this month.
Please understand,
The
you are
salaries-
trying to
Today
shut
you-
the blame.
you failed to
You are
co-
trying to put the
you-
blame on
till
others.
today you
are
failed
trying
to
to
cover
address
the
the
losses
topic.
that was been
Come
caused
on,
by the
Mr.
BST.
Shetty.
Just a minute.
Mr.
Come on,
Shetty.
Mr. Shetty. Let's
Yeah.
be
One second.
knowledgeable
One second.
here.
I just
That's
want,
what I'm saying. Let's bring the facts.
Stop.
No,
Everybody,
but
one
it's
second.
not
One
bring
second.
the
One
facts.
second.
See,
One second.
let's talk about the
One
larger
second.
picture. Can I just say this?
One second.
Let's
Everybody
get into this
stop.
conversation.
Let's
Everybody.
talk about the facts.
Niranjan
Just let me
Shetty.
finish talking, then
Niranjan
you talk about the
Shetty.
facts.
Okay.
You are
He
trying to
being
divert
your
the
member,
topic.
he
One
was in
second.
opposition.
My question
but your
is,
government was there
Niranjan
in the
Shetty.
center as
Get
well
into
as
this
in the
rhetoric.
My question is, the hard-working conductors and bus drivers of the city of
Exactly.
Mumbai have
Yes.
not been paid their
Yeah.
salaries on the 20th of
He's
this
not
month.
answering that question.
Nobody
Ask
is
him that
able to
question
answer
again.
this
We will
question
not
for
talk.
me. Rishi Agarwal, what's going wrong with our city when we spent so much time, and let's also be very obvious about the fact that so much money was spent obscenely on those BMC elections. We don't have money to pay our bus drivers?
No, so
It's appalling.
It's absolutely shameful. In fact, this is the same kind of politicking which we are seeing on every single issue, whether it is roads, whether it is Devna dumping ground, where continuous, I mean, this is become almost a formula where Congress will say it is BJP, Shiv Sena, and then the state government is dragged into it. I think the state government has no business in this at all. The buck clearly stops with the standing committee in the BMC. They have completely in their powers to apportion a part of the budget to reduce the deficit of
Years they have been ailing.
BMC, and I think the answer clearly has to be given by the BJP Shiv Sena, and I'm quite disappointed with Mr. Niranjan Shetty's stance also. I think if you're saying the opposition is completely ineffective and it is weak, within the coalition partners we are seeing one coalition partner pass it to each other, then who really wants, I mean, all that people want is a control over the budget. Apparently it seems that nobody wants control over the responsibility and only the goodies which go with the budget is what everybody is interested in. So this is really very shameful, I think.
Rishi, I think the Sena person should have been here to answer, not the
Sena
BJP.
person
It
is
is the
on
standing
already.
committee
But-
chairman
but-
who is
but-
responsible.
but
It
I
is
hope-
not the BJP standing committee
but
now
please,
presently.
I'm saying-
you need to understand that also. It is the that is the same
20 years
Sena
they have been
chairman
ruling.
who is in the standing committee. It is
Standing
not the
committee-
BJP.
It
Okay.
isn't
They were
okay.
You
ruling.
rightly
I'm saying
mentioned
for 20
that
years.
nothing, we cannot intervene.
Niranjan ji,
It is the
all
same.
that I'm saying is that please, in the interest of these 42,000 people, can't you just be able to speak with your coalition partner and break this deadlock?
That's what I'm saying.
Gaikwad ji,
Let them
Gaikwad ji.
come.
I mean, if they are not coming, then at least please you
There's a
take it ahead.
norms decided, Mr. Rishi Agarwal.
these norms? Please
You
share
are
with
my
us.
very good friend and an activist. I know you cannot go out of the norms.
What are these norms? Please share with us. Please tell us, Niranjan Shetty.
Of course,
why-
if the MCGM
please tell
feels
us-
it is the
Yes.
Mumbai Municipal Corporation who gives the loans to the BST
Who
to
runs
run
the
it.
Mumbai Municipal
to-
Corporation?
Of course, by the Sena.
Only the Sena alone? You
Of
have no
course.
power whatsoever.
Of course, everybody knows.
So hang on. So on this channel, Niranjan Shetty, when the BJP came in on this show and repeatedly said, we have won, it is a victory, we are celebrating, this is the best we have ever done here in Mumbai, we are now victorious. We will in fact have a BJP mayor. These were all quotes that I'm giving you that was said on this show by
But
various
now-
members of your party.
but
You
now
are
the
telling
present-
me you have
now
no
the present
power in the BMC
we
whatsoever.
should live in present tense way. We know who's the mayor of this
So you
Mumbai
are
city.
saying, no, you answer my question very clear. You are saying that the BJP has zero impact and zero decision-making power in the BMC.
In the standing committee, it is the chairman who has decided, not the
So,
BJP
all the
chairman.
Then this is a
Please
complete
understand
breakdown in
that.
the governance itself.
He
Where
doesn't
just
know what
one
is
single
BMC.
chairman is able to
Excuse
decide
me,
on these
he
things. This is a
doesn't know
complete
BMC.
breakdown of our
Ravi
governance.
Raja.
They must
Ravi
get
Let me talk.
I should
Yes.
be.
One second. I'll come to you.
I think
Ravi Raja.
my friend Mr. Shetty doesn't know the working of the BMC. That's the problem.
Please tell us the
Actually,
working
the
of the
corporators
BMC.
should
Yeah,
have
you
been
please
there.
tell us.
See, for last 20 years, Shiv Sena and BJP was ruling this Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. And last time, BJP had just 3 to 4 members and Shiv Sena had about 10 members. But whenever a proposal was to be passed, the BJP was with Shiv Sena and they passed the proposal.
Yes.
So what I mean to say that now come on, let us stop all this. We have to
Ravi
concentrate.
Raja, wasn't it unanimous? You are teaching me the corporation
No, about the
system.
budget.
Wasn't it unanimous?
let him
You show me
speak.
one single
Niranjan
day
Shetty.
where you have
Niranjan
opposed.
Shetty.
No.
One
We are
second.
opposed.
On record, you have never opposed.
One second.
About the
Niranjan Shetty.
desilting.
One second, sir. Niranjan Shetty. Let's allow everybody on the panel to finish their sentences so we can actually have a healthy debate. And I take your point that the fact that the Shiv Sena should be on this conversation, defending their stand. We are bringing the Shiv Sena person in. Kishori Pednekar will join us on the phone line because she's still on her way in. Unfortunately, battling traffic in the city, which also happens to be a responsibility of the BMC. Ravi Raja, finish your point, and then Niranjan Shetty will respond.
I also want to add one point.
Let's,
Yes.
Let me come in, Faye.
Let's stop.
Set aside our politics.
Yeah, politics.
Nobody cares.
Let us start something where, let's see, these people, drivers have, and they've not got salary for 20 days. And tomorrow, B.E.S.T has decided to give salary. One thing I would like to mention, I am in the committee for so many years. And in the committee, all the members, apart from the, I'm saying even the ruling party, all the members in the B.E.S.T committee has passed a resolution to the corporation that, fund us.
But the corporation has not given you money.
That's
Okay, Niranjan Shetty,
last time,
one second.
One minute, just last time I'll tell you, the general manager of the B.E.S.T and the committee passed a resolution asking the municipal corporation to fund us 1,000 crores. But till today, nothing has come from the corporation.
In fact, let me point this out to Niranjan Shetty. Niranjan Shetty, I agree, and this is just between Niranjan Shetty and me. I agree that public memory is very short. But on this channel, we have an excellent memory, sir. Let me remind you of a few things. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, on the day that he re-entered his alliance with the Shiv Sena, said they will support every decision that will benefit the citizens of Mumbai. He also said that a special committee will be formed to be a watchdog of the BMC that will be looked at personally by the Chief Minister. Third thing he promised us from the beginning of the campaign till the very end is that the BJP is committed to transparency and that they will only function with the Shiv Sena if the Shiv Sena guarantees some form of transparency. Now, what are you telling me? Are you telling me that nothing that the Chief Minister has said to us holds any weight? That you have absolutely no way to guarantee us transparency, that this committee that was promised to keep an eye on the BMC is not doing their job, and that the Shiv Sena, according to you, is running riot with zero answerability to its ally? If that was the case, why did you enter that alliance? Don't you know this party already for the last 20 years?
I hope you wouldn't allow anybody to interrupt when I reply to you.
Please go ahead.
3 questions were put before me. I would speak in a nutshell. I would say that whatever our Honorable CM said, yes, whatever the decisions which will be in the larger interest of the public, the BJP will support to that, and there is no such proposals where the Shiv Sena has put before us about these kinds of loans that is to be disbursed. Whenever that will be coming up, naturally the BJP will stand by it. Our commitment is there. As far as transparency is there, I am again stating that if the MCGM comes up with the proposals as per the norms, it has to apply to the state government. Yes, these are the loans that needs to be disbursed, that can be thought of. There is no such proposal by the Mumbai Municipal Corporation. It is the absolute onus of the Mumbai Municipal Corporation to disburse such kind of loans, not the state government.
All right, fair enough. Let me just point out to our audience, for your information, dear audience, the members in the standing committee. This is the makeup of the standing committee that makes decisions in the corporation that will technically decide whether or not to pay the salaries of our bus drivers. 10 members of the Shiv Sena, 10 members of the BJP, 3 members of the Congress, 1 of the NCP, 1 of the SP. And of course, we know that the BJP has, like Niranjan Shetty pointed out, will support everything. We have a lot of views coming in. Clyde, go ahead.
Faye, I just want to request you one more time. I mean, I will not interject and I will not stop this conversation. Please ask this question again to Mr. Niranjan Shetty. Why the B.E.S.T employees have not been paid?
Why have they not been paid? Susieben Shah?
Politics aside.
Right.
Politics aside.
I just want to say a couple of things. Firstly, I or Ravi Raja ji are not against paying salary to the to the bus driver or the conductors. All the government employees are paid well, and we don't grudge it. The bottom line here is that they should not be caught between footballing of the BJP and the Shiv Sena. For the past several years, Faye, and to the citizens of Mumbai, B.E.S.T is ailing. Since the time, I think Ravi Raja ji will be able to comment the exact year, but as far as I remember, since the time BJP Shiv Sena has taken over the B.E.S.T, alternating as a chairperson, whether it be BJP or Shiv Sena, the B.E.S.T is ailing. For the last, I think, but for the last 3 months, the South Mumbai Mumbaikars have been paying for the cess for the losses which B.E.S.T has incurred. Till the Congress party took up as an agitation, last 3 months, the cess has stopped.
Okay.
Therefore, I allege, let me complete, I am not completed.
I think you are giving a wrong information to the
you can correct
public
me when
at
your
large.
turn comes.
It was not you, it was the AHAR which had interjected and filed a case in
that was
Supreme
besides
Court
that.
for the
Before
transport
that,
division laws.
Mr. Shetty,
It was
the
not any
agitation-
party.
the
Yes,
agitation
the
was
Manse,
taken by
the
us.
Congress
Mr.
and all
Shetty,
other
one second,
political
I want to go to
parties tried
Sudhir
to take
Badami.
Be allowed to
I want to
complete.
go to Sudhir Badami. 1 second.
No,
Sudhir
lastly,
Badami.
one last point
Very
I wanted
quickly,
to make,
very
Faye,
quickly.
that I allege that none of BJP Shiv Sena have the will to ensure that BJP and that the conductors are paid in time. Had they had the will, they would have been paid. They are sitting with 65,000 crores as deposit. It should be used for the bus conductors who for 12 hours are on the roads without AC in this heat, plying the Mumbaikars. So I think they don't have the will. They must all come together. I'm sure Ravi Raja ji and the Congress party is with them for the welfare of the
hang on. Let me
I
just
want to
bring
make
in
one
1
more
second.
thing very
Niranjan
clear,
Shetty.
that the Susieben Shah, what she said about that the Congress taking up the issue, it was the
Agitation.
organization,
I took the
it was my
agitation.
organization
We
that
took
is known
the-
as AHAR, which went
No, very
into the
good. You
Supreme
can also
Court
join us.
and filed
Let me
that
bring in the
transport
expert.
division
You can
losses.
also join
It
us.
was
There is
because
no
of
problem.
us.
One second.
You did not. You are trying to join
please.
us when you are
Mr.
nowhere.
Shetty, you are
not
the
spent a
party
single
in power.
money.
You
It was
don't
my
need to
organization
agitate.
in
You
which
have to
I am the
deliver.
member and the
Niranjan
chairman of
Shetty,
the committee.
Susieben Shah, do you not check? Can you not tell how embarrassing this
No,
is?
it
Without
is
the
we.
Supreme Court
It is
should have
not you.
implemented it.
In spite
Not
of
at
no.
all. You
We,
and
it
did
is
not
we
go
who
to
are.
the Supreme
Stop it,
It
please.
is on record. You can check your record.
Can I introduce?
Niranjan Shetty and Susieben Shah, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
To go to the Supreme Court, you have to deliver.
Listen,
Yes,
Susieben
Can you
Shah.
introduce some more new points, Faye? The politics is really
This is not
bombarding.
one of those shows.
You can
Niranjan
check
Shetty.
what is filed.
Niranjan Shetty.
Congress never
Please
intervened.
behave like adults.
Onto the road.
Please
You
stop.
never took on the roads. You only took on the roads when there was a Supreme Court judgment against
Sudhir
us.
Badami,
क्या करेंगे?
I apologize for the audio you're hearing right now, but unfortunately, Sudhir Badami, our politicians cannot be trusted. Our politicians cannot be trusted to have a civil conversation about a real issue without it turning into a personal squabble about issues. Quite frankly, I don't care about Niranjan Shetty. I don't care about your politics. This is not the question I asked
I was
either of
trying
you.
to bring only
My
the facts
question
before
was,
the people of
why
Mumbai.
is it that the hard-working bus conductors and drivers of the city have not been paid their salary after 20 days of the month? I don't care about who started what and which organization did it. The point is the job has not been done. And the job has not been done should be of concern to your party because you campaigned to do the job, you won the job, you've occupied the office. You cannot, and you have no standing to turn around today and tell us you are not responsible. And I want to just for a second bring in Mr. Gaikwad one more time. Gaikwad ji, आप बताइए जब एक कंडक्टर को या एक बस ड्राइवर को उनकी सैलरी टाइम से नहीं मिलती तो उनके परिवार के ऊपर क्या हाल होता है उनके घर में? आप बताइए.
ड्राइवर और कंडक्टर और बेस्ट का कर्मचारी इतना कार्यक्षम से काम कर रहे हैं और उनको सैलरी देने का फैसला मान्यता प्राप्त प्रातिनिधिक जो संगठन है उससे बातचीत करके 1 तारीख और 7 तारीख के अंदर देना चाहिए. मगर हर महीना कंडक्टर, ड्राइवर और बीएसटी का कामगार अधिकारियों को सैलरी 10 तारीख के बाद मिलती है. पिछले कई दिन से बेस्ट प्रशासन यह पद्धत का अंमलबजावनी कर रही है. तो खाली पॉलिटिक्स स्टंट करके नहीं चलेगी क्योंकि बजट में प्रोविजन है. बीएसटी का विकास का प्रोविजन है. विकास के लिए कितना निधि चाहिए वो प्रोविजन है. कर्मचारियों का वेतन कितना देना चाहिए वो प्रोविजन है, अधिकारियों को वेतन कितना देना चाहिए वो प्रोविजन किया है। तो प्रोविजन के मुताबिक बेस्ट प्रशासन तनख्वाह क्यों नहीं देती, यह इम्पोर्टेंट है।
और इसका अभी तक सवाल का जवाब नहीं मिला है। सुधीर बदामी, ठीक है, ओके, लेट मी कम बैक टू यू। सुधीर बदामी, व्हाट हैपेंस?
बीएसटी का जनरल मैनेजर का अपॉइंटमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कर रही है।
गायकवाड़ जी, मेरे को एक सवाल पूछना है कि आपके बैंक अकाउंट में मतलब पैसा नहीं होता है, फिर भी आप बजट में प्रोविजन कर देते हैं, कैसे होता है?
ऐसा नहीं है।
हाँ, मतलब बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा है,
लोन
साल में जो
लोन ले रहे हैं, लोन ले रहे हैं,
प्रॉफिट के नफा कितना हो रहा है, नफे के मुताबिक वो प्रोविजन कर किया जाता है,
तो हो ही नहीं रहा है,
और प्रोविजन करके तोटा होता है वो बताता है।
मिस्टर रवि राजा might be able to
Ravi Raja, the
बस
truth is,
कितना खरीदना है।
let me just bring in Sudhir Badami because I haven't brought him in up till now. Sudhir Badami hasn't spoken, and then I'll come back to Mr. Raja. Sudhir Badami,
total salary का बिल कितना है?
Sudhir Badami, the bus service in the city of Mumbai is appalling. I must point this out. When I had a family member visit me from Bangalore a couple of months ago, she pointed out, she said, why are the buses in such poor state in Mumbai? Why don't you have the newer buses, the easier buses to drive, the buses that are safer on the road, which you have in almost all other cities? But in Mumbai, we've not upgraded the quality of the buses, which means it's that much harder to drive. Our buses don't have indicators. They don't have windows. Why is it in such a bad state of affairs, Sudhir Badami? And now we're not paying salaries? It's embarrassing.
Okay, let me start with the salaries part of it. It is shameful, really speaking, that a management of B.E.S.T is not looking into it seriously. I expect all IAS officers to be capable, and we are having B.E.S.T headed by an IAS officer, I presume. And B.E.S.T people are supposed to be capable. They have been doing a good job all through, except that they have been rather conservative in their attitudes towards innovations and new buses. They could very well have thought of so many options that we've been talking for last 10, 12 years. But I think politicians are doing tu my all the time without really caring for the health of the drivers and conductors and also that of the passengers who are actually traveling by B.E.S.T. B.E.S.T passengers, which numbered approximately 45 lakhs per day, has come down to about 30 or 28 lakhs now. But still, we can manage to get the B.E.S.T out of the reds. Now, B.E.S.T is, on the whole, thanks to the electricity, that it is not in that red, but
Sudhir Badami, what happens tomorrow or day after tomorrow if the bus conductors and drivers go on strike and the buses go off the road? To those people who are watching at home who possibly think this is not their problem, what happens?
Let me give a simile what has happened. When the mills went on strike, what happened? Mills closed down. They want to break anything that is there in unionized manner. And B.E.S.T has a fairly strong union. They are not unreasonable. That's why B.E.S.T has been functioning all these years. But I think because of the political attitudes towards the left, they want to break unions left, right, and center completely and leave human beings in this country without any civil rights. I think that is the bottom line of it. And all parties must please realize this.
What happens to the citizens of Mumbai, Sudhir Badami, if the buses go off the road?
As we are suffering now, as simple as that, we'll continue suffering.
So
very simple.
Rishi?
What will happen?
I think you raise a very important point, and I would like to bring in 3 newspaper headlines within the space of the past 3-4 days. One is, of course, the headline about 61,000 crores in fixed deposits, on which we are getting 4,500 crores as interest every year.
Exactly.
The second headline is, of course, about the B.E.S.T, which is 180 crores in the salaries pending, or the 2,000 crores in the total pending losses.
Yes.
And the third headline is that the economic survey shows that Mumbai has crossed 1 million mark in terms of private vehicles. Now, these are all interrelated issues, and it is really a shame. For more than 10-15 years, we've been talking about climate change, about urban issues in the country. The National Urban Transport Policy clearly said that we will move people, not cars. And we have to realize that a public bus service is the backbone of the city if we have to be holding through. And we are not able to do this much. Just remember 61,000 crores, 4,000 crores is the interest. In half of that money, From 1 year's interest, you're able to wipe off all the interest and the accumulated losses. So it is really shameful. And I think the people who are using B.S.T would be left with no option but to stay home, because these are people who do not have cars. And I also feel that the corporates, the business interest in the city clearly fail. Organizations like Mumbai First, etc., which are representing the corporate sector, are not adequately, I think, appreciating that their employees are the ones who are using these bus services.
Right, then those people who use the bus service have no other alternative but to walk.
And if you have to continue to be an...
Right, so let me make one more attempt. I'm going to make one more attempt, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers at home. Mr. Niranjan Shetty, the BMC has 65,000 crore rupees, 65,000 crore rupees in fixed deposits, which is more than enough money that it could learn to spend, but one doesn't want to challenge the gentleman of the BMC to learn to spend that money. Mr. Susieben Shah, who's
just
the Chief
tomorrow
Secretary
a check
of the
can be
state.
written for 2,000 crores and we could have B.S.T completely out of the red.
Mr. Susieben Shah, who is the Chief Secretary of the state, was at one point responsible for the B.S.T, so he understands the challenges in this particular case. My question is, Niranjan Shetty, why is it that the hard-working conductors and bus drivers of the city have not been paid their salaries? What excuse do we have today to offer Mr. Gaikwad and the rest of his colleagues who have to pay school fees, who have to pay their house rent, who have to buy vegetables, who have to pay for gas cylinders that are inordinately expensive in our city today, when they're not being paid their salaries? What excuse do we have?
Faye, I do not want to give any excuses. Actually, you are posing the wrong question to the wrong people, wrong person. The only reason what I am trying to state, the answer lies within what Mr. Gaikwad stated. There is already a provision made in the standing committee itself by the Mumbai Municipal Corporation as to the payment of the salaries right from the bus conductors to the general manager of the B.S.T. So the answer itself is there. It is the Mumbai Municipal Corporation's standing committee chairman who has denied the rights and
so the standing committee chairman, let me understand, makes his decisions by himself?
It is not we who have rejected.
No,
it is
hang
not
on,
the BJP who has rejected.
Are you telling me the standing committee chairman makes decisions completely on his own, all on his own, like a king?
Absolutely, it depends upon it is who you bring. The B.S.T sends the proposal. The B.S.T sends the proposal to the standing committee.
So Mumbai is at the mercy of standing committee.
Do not attempt to confuse my viewers with bad information.
Ravi Raja state know what it is there.
Ravi Raja,
now he tried to, Mr. Gaikwad tried to play politics.
No, let me speak. First of all, my learned friend, Mr. Shetty, doesn't know the working of the B.S.T. The B.S.T runs by the B.S.T committee, not the standing committee.
That's right.
And other thing is that when the B.S.T committee, every year there's a budget. I got the budget book with me. In the budget, there's a provision made for the salary. And once the provision is made, but here I would like to state that today, anywhere in the world, anywhere in India, all the transport undertakings are supported by the state government or the local self-government. Let me be very clear.
Yes.
Today, when B.S.T transport division is incurring losses every day to the tune of 2 crores. And other thing I would like to state that the B.S.T in the other aspect are the drivers and the conductors are working day and night, because today we are operating around 502 routes, and out of that 502 routes, only 4 routes are profitable, and there are 264 routes which are just even, and there are 220 routes which are minus.
Ravi Raja, the budget of the state government of 2017 has set aside 710 crore rupees for the metro projects of Mumbai, Nagpur and Pune. We could actually spend an hour discussing why Nagpur actually doesn't even need a metro project, and it's very premature. Now, if the government is spending 700 crore rupees with no hope of a profit because it believes it must invest in infrastructure, why can it not also invest in the existing bus service?
And if I may
That's
remind
what
you, there is a project
for so many years.
There is a monorail
You are asking for so many years.
Like bringing in politics
Other thing
instead
I'm saying,
of Instead of posing this question to the Shiv Sena member or the chairman or the mayor, you are posing the question to the state government.
The mayor. This time,
Mr. Ravi Raja, let me answer. Mr. Ravi Raja, you have been there for more than 20 years.
20 years, but I am in the opposition, my friend.
I have given my suggestion. Let me complete. That's
you
what I'm
doesn't
trying
know
to
anything
say.
of the committee.
You have been
the problem is that you don't understand the B.E.S.T committee.
20 years.
You just talk.
And in spite of that, 15 years of your governance in the state and the center, you have not been able to stop the losses. You never directed. You never directed your state government how these losses can be stopped. At that point of time, you never asked the state government.
I'll give you a chance.
And bring the losses down. And today you have the authority to question us.
Niranjan Shetty. Okay. Niranjan Shetty, 12,000 crore rupees on a coastal road, 3,500 crore rupees on a memorial, even more money on more memorials. Let's accept that it was mismanagement of many decades past that has gotten us into this position today.
1 decade.
But, Niranjan Shetty,
correct.
your government has been in power now.
Mismanagement is the right issue.
See, that's what I was trying to-
Why can't we fix the problem today?
मिसमैनेजमेंट है,
Mismanagement
उन्होंने
by the-
प्रोविजन नहीं किया. देखो BST बसेस बम्बई में चल रहा है, उनका रूट का नियोजन बराबर नहीं है. जो बेस्ट कमिटी ने जो बस लिया, बेस्ट खरीदा एसी बस,
उत्तर देना, करून दाखवलं.
बस
Let him answer. Gaikwad ji, आपका क्या कहना है? Do you believe that the Shiv Sena is at fault here?
देखो, कोई पॉलिटिक्स पार्टी का इसमें दोष नहीं है कि बेस्ट प्रशासन जो भी अरेंजमेंट करने का है उन्होंने करना चाहिए. महाराष्ट्र शासन ने IAS ऑफिसर की नियुक्ति की है. कमिश्नर महानगर पालिका कमिश्नर की नियुक्ति
I have a question here for all political parties. This is a problem on all your hands. Were you not in consensus? When the plans were made, when the memorials were sanctioned, when you all sat in silence when the money was being allocated? Any member of the political party, and if Mr. Gaikwad here is representing the Shiv Sena, why didn't you speak up when there were thousands of crores of rupees being allocated to memorials in this very city, saying that we have a bus service where salaries are not being paid? Why didn't you speak up? Anybody in opposition, anybody in a ruling party, tell me why you didn't speak up.
Because they were tongue-tied.
They're tongue-tied right now, Mr. Badami. Anyone, say anything. Tell me why you didn't speak up. You're all speaking over each other right now. Why didn't you speak up? Ravindra is on the phone line from Mahim right now. Ravindra, go ahead. We can hear you. Ravindra ji, aapki awaaz aa rahi hai. Go ahead. We can hear you.
My point is, I'm listening to all this discussion. The main issue is they want to privatize B.E.S.T. Hello.
Maybe we'd be better off if they did. Ravi Nair is also on the phone line.
That's true. That's one part going on.
Yeah, Ravi Nair, go ahead.
That's the part going on.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's very nostalgic. When we talk about the B.E.S.T buses, I've grown with it. Yes, it's an injustice if these payment to these B.E.S.T conductors and drivers are not made. What is the BJP sitting there and doing? I blame Niranjan Shetty for the whole thing, because it is the Niranjan Shetty's party which ended up saying that, BJP is going to fight tooth and nail if Shiv Sena is going to make a bad decision. If Shiv Sena is not going to do this, we are going to fight against this. They spoke about, they're not going to support them.
Right, thank you. Niranjan Shetty, I will thank you not to insult my viewers when they call in with a suggestion. Do not call them names, especially not names of political parties.
When it is crystal clear, it is the Shiv Sena's chairman who has denied.
You know what you should do, Niranjan? One second. Niranjan Shetty, I accept your point.
It is not the BJP.
I accept your point. Pull power from the Shiv Sena in the BMC. Niranjan Shetty, pull power from the Shiv Sena. Drop that party. Say it is no longer your ally.
I think that'd be a great idea. I think that
Do it. If you believe that they can't do a single job
we have
without
done the corporation.
do it now.
We are not getting the power in the
voted for the
corporation.
mayor.
You voted for the mayor.
Mayor and deputy mayor.
Do it now.
The mayor, Mr.
And Shiv Sena is your ally in the BMC, in the state government and the central government. No, you are running away. You are running away. Niranjan Shetty. Niranjan Shetty.
What should I do? I'm not the chairman.
In the state
I'm not the chairman, my friend.
You are not. You have not been able.
Niranjan Shetty, quick question.
Responsibility to bring before
Mr.
your
Shetty,
government.
Mr. Shetty, are you an ally of the Congress party?
I'm saying the same thing.
Are you an ally of the Congress party?
Why did he bring
Are you an ally of the Congress party?
I will answer his question.
You are an ally of the Shiv Sena.
Let me answer his question.
You cannot blame.
Can you keep quiet? Can I talk?
1 second. Mr. Ravi Raja.
Can I talk? Can I talk? Please,
One
please,
second.
please.
One second.
How
Can I
you
talk?
blame just being
Can I
the
talk,
state
please?
government?
Can I talk?
Niranjan
Can I
Shetty.
talk?
1 second. Niranjan
In
Shetty.
2009, wait.
The chairman of the standing committee, who's presently the Shiv Sena member,
I don't know. He doesn't know about the committee.
And you are
It's
trying
not the
to blame
standing
the
committee.
BJP.
It's the B.E.S.T committee.
1 second. 1 second.
It's the B.E.S.T committee.
1 second. Sir. Niranjan Shetty ji, don't get upset. Don't get upset.
I'm not getting upset.
One second. Let's all calm down for a second.
Very much upset.
It's everybody on the panel. Let's calm down. Let's just hear what Mr. Ravi Raja
I
has
would
to
like
say.
to please.
Let's hear.
Can you listen to me?
Let's bring in all the voices. Ravi Raja.
About the
Go
state government you was talking, you know, during our government also, when our government was in power, we were insisting that the government should bail out B.E.S.T. But every time we were asking the mother organization, which is the BMC. See, BMC was run by both these parties. Now, other thing about the state government, you were saying 15 years what they did. I would like to I'll remind him that in 2008 to 10, there were 1,000 buses which was given to B.E.S.T. under the Jawaharlal Nehru Urban Renewal Mission. There were around 250 crores, and out of that 250 crores, 125 crores was released by the central government. Then there are APDRP scheme for the supply, where we are getting funds from the central government. So central government being a Congress government, or the state government being a Congress government and the NCP government, we have funded the B.E.S.T. My friend doesn't know that. He doesn't know anything about the B.E.S.T. You have put a wrong person sitting here.
Clyde.
Let me be very clear.
I just want to get to the...
1 second.
Ravi Raja ji.
1 second. Let Clyde get his point. 1 second.
His own statement. I do agree. I do not know anything about the B.E.S.T. But didn't you hear him saying that it was the Mumbai Municipal Corporation who has to request? Now, didn't he contradict his own statement?
BMC, you are together.
BMC has to
that's what I'm saying.
BMC was run by 20 years.
No, but according to Mr. Shetty, only Shiv Sena is in the BMC, not them.
So, but sit in the opposition. Why not? Why are you not sitting in the opposition?
I would like to come.
No, let me point out here. Let me point out. Clyde, I will come to you, but I must acknowledge, I take the point that Niranjan Shetty is making, that the Shiv Sena, which runs the BMC, is absent from these conversations one more time. The Shiv Sena is offering us zero accountability and zero transparency in how they run our city. They refuse to be part of conversations. They refuse to answer questions. They continue to function in a completely non-transparent manner. And their bedfellows at this point, BJP, that promised us a certain level of transparency while running this city, is doing nothing but turning around and saying, we have no power in the BMC. I'm shocked.
I didn't say we didn't have power.
What is your power? Tell me what your power is.
I'm saying let Mr. Gaikwad come to the state government and mention and give it in writing.
No, we're talking about the BMC.
What's happening?
What is the power?
Absolutely.
The BMC has to do it.
What is the BJP's power in the BMC,
where
sir?
we are there.
You are
we
80 and 80.
Numbers. Had we been numbers, we would have been power and given. And we could have resolved this issue.
No.
It's not that.
Niranjan
You have to
Shetty,
understand the
if you are telling me today that you have no power in the BMC, what a slap in the face of everybody who voted for the BJP in the BMC elections.
When the standing committee chairman, who's the Shiv Sena member, and the B.E.S.T. chairman, who's the Shiv Sena member, both are playing politics so that you can bring us into picture, thereby asking for a soft vote. These are the game plan.
I want to make
These are the game plan which we are falling into the trap. My request to you, Faye, is concentrate on the issue that the standing committee chairman who's from the Sena.
Last year the BJP was the chairman.
And he is he.
It is in rotation now. It is in rotation.
BJP,
The BST
your chairman was sitting there.
Standing committee are in
The municipal
rotation.
commissioner can intervene with the mayor.
One
Municipal
second.
commissioner or the mayor
Let
can
me bring
intervene
in the
no matter what are they
non-political
doing.
voices because I'm sick. I'm
No,
quite frankly
Faye-
sick of hearing. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear Congress, Shiv Sena, NCP, Congress, Shiv Sena, NCP. There are people who cannot feed their children in this city.
That's right.
Because they have not been paid. And can you not rise above your petty politics? And Mr. Niranjan Shetty, let me tell you this. If you can turn around today and tell us that the BJP has absolutely no power in the BMC, you are slapping across the face everybody who voted for you in the BMC elections and who gave you those 85 seats. It is completely unfair. Rishi Agarwal.
No, Faye, I'm saying that we are discussing the standing committee chairman again and again. Where is the municipal commissioner and the mayor in the debate? I mean, we make such a big noise about the mayor and the municipal commissioner both, but where are they? Where are the statements from them? This is completely, in a sense, irresponsible. I mean, the IS officers and the other people in the bureaucracy have the 7th Pay Commission taking care of them and in a very lavish manner. And I mean, this is what we are paying our administrators to do. We are paying them to take good administrative decisions. And like I'm saying, I mean, it's very evident that their money is not the shortage. Then we're clearly seeing poor administrative efficiency. This is complete lack of, either it is complete lack of interest in B.S.T or there is some diabolical game being played where we are deliberately allowing this kind of a crisis to escalate. And I don't know what the games might be behind the scenes.
Privatize B.S.T.
Sudhir Badami, I apologize for the political fight you just witnessed. But
what
yes.
Rishi has said. Second thing I want to say that all our politicians are trying to behave as though they are giving out the money from their personal pockets.
Absolutely.
Please understand, this is people's money and people who are working for the Janta, they should be taken care of fully and properly. Let me just cite the health aspect of it. You talked about working 14 hours a day. Article 21 of the Constitution says right to life. And right to life doesn't end with just living. It has to have quality of life. We are not talking about luxurious quality of life, but a minimum quality of life has to be there. 14 hours is ridiculous. Even the railway motormen went on strike. Please understand. And finally, I think they realized fully what is the right decision to take. While airline pilots have really packaged, comfortable package of working hours. So let's understand.
No, so that's a good point Sudhir raises. I think I want to add one more point.
They are getting paid, but it's important how many hours they get working and what is the delivery system that is there. I think we need to look into all these aspects. People should, whole thing has to be a properly.
In fact, you know, Rishi, we understand, and we're being told by the people who run the bus service in Mumbai that 180 crore rupees have been borrowed from banks to pay salaries that they've assured us will be paid by the end of the week.
And that
will only cover 2 months of salaries.
No,
what
and
happens after
that loan is coming at 8% rate of interest. Please bear that in mind. So and this is the vicious trap which the B.S.T has been caught over in the past 5, 6 years, 7 years, that it is taking loans to pay off its interest on loans. And that is what is the vicious trap which is coming. The decision should have been taken 4, 5 years back, and we are already 4, 5 years late.
Unfortunately, I've run out of time on this debate. We're going to keep a very close eye on it, and I'll tell you why, viewers. First of all, because the people who take the buses in our city have no other choice but to walk if the buses go off the road. That's point number one. But the more importantly humane reason is this, that there are people who are working 12, 14, 16 hours a day, driving horribly inefficient buses on horribly inefficient roads in our cities to perform a public service. And it seems nothing more than a political ploy at this point to abuse them and their families and not pay them their salaries when we have more than enough money. Because their lives are being used for political gain, and there can be nothing worse than that. To the BJP and the Shiv Sena, you have been voted into power so recently that none of us have forgotten your celebrations on the streets of Mumbai. You do not have power without accountability. You are accountable as 50-50 partners in the BMC. You cannot turn around and tell us that you will not answer our questions and point fingers at each other. We're on to you, and we will ask these questions every day because that is our job. And public memory, let me remind you, is not short. You are accountable, and the power is not unlimited. It is given to you by the people of this city. I will thank you to remember that. Thanks for watching.